Ferra Black, Warren Blake, Midnight Train, Song of the Summer, which I checked was actually 2 years ago, 2024. That's crazy. The song has over 2 million streams combined, like 1 point, I don't know, 5 on Spotify. Pretty big for an underground track, I would say. Underground artists, we're not big by any means, but the song did really well. And this song, to be honest, I think so. Warren was living in Miami, and so Warren Blake lived in Miami before any of us did, me or Jesse. So um, when I left the police, um, I was kind of looking for a spot to stay, going back and forth between Texas and Miami to look for apartments and whatnot. And I think this was on one of those trips where I was there for like a week or something. Um, and he had this vocal laying around that he had tried some stuff with some other tracks and didn't work. So um, yeah, this song was made in like 2 hours, downloaded the same day by Frankie, and then he ultimately ended up signing it, right? So this song is so simple. It's so crazy. The vocal, as you know, carries the whole entire track. As you see, we had to get it resung because that's what the label wanted. But we all play the original with the original vocals. But streaming services has the resung version. So the label handled that. They used whatever process they used to find vocalists to re-sing, and we picked a pretty good one. Pretty identical, but of course not the original. Um, this song, we had some Stella. So Warren would always have fresh, well, at least when we would make music at that time, we would go get like a 12 pack of Stella and get them all nice and cold, crack that bottle open, have a beer, and just start a groove. And that's exactly how this song was made. It's pretty funny how we're both surprised how big it got, right? But whatever, we're not complaining. I think for the first year, it had like every day it was streaming like, wow, 6,000 streams a day for like the first year, or maybe more, maybe like 10,000. But it was doing really well. Uh, Overall, it has like over 2 million streams collectively, maybe more than that. I haven't checked in a while, but let's get into it. He had a very basic drum groove. So how we would go about it is, in a studio, there's two chairs. Obviously, one is in front of the computer. We would just take turns gigging up. So I'll go try something, scrub through some loops, drag something in. All right, that time's decent. All right. He'd be thinking of stuff. He would actually write down stuff like notes, which I thought was pretty crazy. Ethan, aka Warren Blake, if you're watching this, that's crazy. I don't know if you still do that, but yeah, he would write down notes. So like, I'll be in the chair making something, and he'll just be like in the back, just like writing something. I didn't really think about that till right now. Um, and then he'll get on and he'll do his thing, look at his notes. Okay, yeah, that's what I was talking about. And then yeah, we'll just go back and forth. Maybe like, I don't know. Like I said, this was made like 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours. So baseline is ridiculously simple. I think I made the baseline. Typically, he makes the baselines when we don't work together, but for some reason, this one I made. I think I'm pretty damn sure. Doesn't matter. And the drums, we took turns. Let's check them out. Let's start with the kick. Bro, it's ridiculous. Kick, bass, operator. I think this is all his stuff that he had on it. All the plugins, which you see, I don't have plugins. But nonetheless, it's just operator. The drums, I put, which I liked at first, obviously because I put it in, but Warren really liked it a lot. I remember him saying, "Oh, that's dope. Yeah, keep that, keep that. We'll do that every kick," which was this. So it's like a little perk. that I don't know what's on it. What's all this stuff? Okay, I haven't checked this in a while. My projects don't look like this. They're a little bit different, but okay. That's a little perk that I think I maybe throw an auto filter, took off the highs, and then maybe consolidated it to a new sample, and that's why it sounds like that. Little snare in the clap. Notice already, like those perks, the snare, both of those snares are really clean sounds, really organic sounding. Not too heavy, they're kind of thin. That's Warren for sure. He always did that. Again, that's a very light hat too. These days I haven't made any songs with like hats that light. So the whole loop is, but we chopped it up. Other perks moving around. Notice this is left for some reason. Oh, never mind. Yeah, left 25, right 29. Yeah, see, I don't even hear this stuff in the song. It's crazy. That was him. I mean, all this doesn't matter, but I'm just kind of noting like what I remember what he was putting in. These little. So let's open it up more. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, so I remember now. So the first version we sent to Frankie had that sax on there. And that sax came because at the time, Sam Jacobs had his, I think it was Blueberries, that song came out. And I was like, damn, that sax on the drop is so sick. So we did that. But I think Frankie realized like it's too much of a copy. So the revision that he sent back to us, was just remove the sax, and then that's the one that he played. So let's do that. Let's just play the OG version with the sax, which has never seen before. No one's ever heard this version. So let's just play it from like right here. With the original vocals.
I guess you wonder where I've been.
Sounds silly now, but
I guess you wonder where I've been.
always take off a kick, great bars. And then where's that conga? I remember doing that. Okay, this. So I don't know where I got inspired by this, but I knew I wanted to do like a little pitch bend with whatever element that we were going to use. So in this case, it was like a conga or whatever this is, bongo. So I how can I open it up? Pretty much within here, I believe, which is not showing. I typically do the pitch bend in here to change the pitch of it, of the loop. But I think he has it maybe on this or somewhere else. But this is what it's doing essentially. So I was going like from normal to up to back down.
Got a thing for you, and I can't let it go. My friends wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in the days from your love, you see. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let it go. I guess you wonder where I've been.
So no idea where this came from, but we used it.
Well, I'm in the days from your love, you see.
Also, I have no idea what YouTube's gonna do to this because of those vocals right there. So let's stop using those. It's probably gonna flag our track anyways, but I'm not really making money off this video anyways, so it doesn't matter. There's a copyright infringement thing. But this is what we got resung. This is the resung version. Pretty damn good.
I guess you wonder where I've been. I guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to find a love within.
We pretty much matched, obviously.
I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. My friends wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in the days from your love, you see. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. I guess you wonder where I've been.
So pretty, really good. I think we got, the label sent us like 3 artists. So 3 vocal versions of the resung, of the resing. And it's the one that sounded most identical. And I know once it dropped, everyone was like, yo, where's the original vocal? Where's the original vocal? Of course, if it was up to me, we'll use the original vocal, but you know, the big dogs think differently than we do. What else we got here? With this. A key thing that I think was really cool with this one. So even when I'm DJing it, right? I think in the original, you see, because right here we have the vocal for the first time happening at 1 minute.
I guess you wonder where I've been.
But in the final version, I think we do this a little earlier, if I'm not mistaken, maybe around 45 seconds. Regardless, I loop this when I'm DJing, right? So Frankie did it too. It's just a good thing to think about, right? When you have a epic vocal that you're working with. Create a moment in your track where the vocal stands alone, right? Because when you're DJing this live, let's say I'm playing a completely different track, right? And I have this loop, right?
I guess you wonder where I've been. I guess you wonder where.
I have that playing in the CDJ next to me, right? So when the time comes and I'm going to hit this track, I think sometimes I've kind of teased this track in, Midnight Train, like 5 times throughout my set and never played it. So, you know, you're DJing and then you bring it up.
I guess you wonder where I've.
And then the other song keeps going. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing to think about when you're making tracks. Cool little trick. So with these versions, right, you're very patient with the extended version of course. It's a whole minute goes by before you're getting any piece of the vocal, right? Then it's another 30 seconds, right? I'm referring to these times down here for people who are not familiar or who don't produce and are watching this, fans. Timestamps are down here. See? So it's a whole another 30 seconds of just filling the groove, which I think these days I don't do this anymore. I have way more stuff happening as far as impacts, different things going on. My music has changed in the past 2 years. So like this seems a little bit too dry, but it's just 30 seconds of just straight groove. With various new introductions with drums. Very simple break, 30 seconds. All my breaks to this day are the same exact way, just 30 seconds.
I guess you wonder where I've been.
Yeah, see, like nowadays I have way more effects happening right here. But again, this is old. This was a longer break, I think, right? About almost a minute, which I don't normally do.
I guess you wonder where I've been.
I think it was a trip to Warren that I did short breaks. So like I think, when you're working together with someone, you kind of have a give and take. So I think it was like, okay, we'll do the first break my way, and then the second break was his way, a little longer. I think at the time he was doing longer breaks, and 30 seconds was like insane.
I searched to find the love within.
So essentially, it was just like a 15-second pre-break, right? Because this is 30 seconds, like the first one over here. But he had like a little pre-chill out time, I don't know. So kept the bass going, took out the kick, bring up the congas again, or bongos, whatever.
I guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to find the love within.
You have a kick to start off the break. At the beginning. So it's like 1, 2, and then 4.
Well, I'm in the days from your love, you see. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. I guess you wonder where I've been.
Same exact drop as the first. I'm pretty damn sure. Like that shaker is not even a really clean shaker. I wouldn't even use that these days. But like it sounds so much cleaner without it, right? Than with a shaker. Seems kind of like messy, but I mean, hey, it worked. What is this? Okay, I think we took this off in the final version.
I guess you wonder where I've been.
Yeah, so 4 minutes, it's already over. I think he tried to do like a third, or yeah, I have no idea what this is. Yeah, 6:15, I don't know, that's pretty long, right? So again, you see how simple this is. You don't have to have a bunch of elements. Baseline is ridiculous, so simple. Like, come on. Drums, drums are a little bit more complex on this one because we got all these. Come on. Yeah, see, I think all his plugins are obviously I don't have them, but that sounds pretty dry. Normally, you would have some delay, some reverb, some EQing on there, which I think that's what Pro Q3 is. I don't know. This right here. So that's what makes it pretty cool. But those are just small details no one knows. Everyone only knows the vocal, right? I wish you wonder where at. So that's the whole thing. Shout out to Warren for having that just laying around. Again, this song happened so easy. We had it had no business being as big as it was. It's so easy, so simple. Is there anything else in here to show you? Not really, right? It's so bad. Now it sounds bad to me. This seems like it's stretched out. Like the original is supposed to be like this or something. Yeah, so now I'm not dissing this track by any means, but at the time, this is what we used. But now I'm noticing these details like it seems like it's stretched out audio. I wouldn't use that these days. That's kind of silly. But together we made a masterpiece. Um, this was pretty silly too.
As you wonder where I've been.
That was more my idea. Warren had nothing to do with that. That was my idea. So I don't think he loved it too much. Um, so I'm pretty sure he was happy it didn't work out in the final version. Um, but yeah, let's see. I'm not too sure what else to really get into. You've heard the song, obviously, a couple million times as a whole. What's this? Yeah. Um, that's it. I know a lot of people were asking for another video. It sucks. Not sucks, but I like making vlogs, like my day to day life stuff. It's more fun because it's more my personality. But the views on those obviously don't go crazy. And the past 2 weeks, the videos where I do some track stuff did significantly better than all my vlogs. So I'm not sure what to do with that information yet. Um, I'm still going to update my YouTube with my weekly vlogs because I'm not doing a goddamn thing if I'm not making music or working out. Um, so it's just good to have content. I think I'm in a place, luckily, thankfully, that because of the way I set my life up, due to my whatever I did, I'm referring to my military stuff. So I put myself in a position earlier in life. So like when I was 21, I joined the military to be able to live a more not free life, but a more stress-free life. Because when you're in the military, you do your 4 years out, and you do your 4 years in, and you get out honorably. You could get some benefits to help you, right? So that's why I could just focus on music. And with me living in South America and always traveling for shows, not always traveling, but traveling for shows and then coming back to South America, I have a unique position where maybe someone who doesn't live in Colombia, who's an American and just stays in one place, might not have those opportunities to make cool vlogs like I do. So that's why, like, even sometimes when I upload a vlog, it's not the most exciting thing, but it's still content, right? It's like you can't just make fire music anymore. You have to do everything else, and it's good for people to see your other side. Um, so yeah, I guess just circling back with the way my life is, making vlogs is pretty fun. It's cool. It's different. I think it gives people. Uh, it's more. It's kind of relatable, right? Because I'm not super big, so you see how the thoughts and the mindset is of someone at my level, right? I feel like sometimes I've noticed this with people. They blow up too fast, and you kind of lose that relatability. You're not that relatable anymore, right? Um, like subconsciously, I think I even tuned out of Miguel and Tons because when they were underground a couple years ago, 2022, 2021, there are these guys who are making fire music, and no one heard of them, but they were just fire. Like if you knew, you knew. It was undeniable how good they were. And then God bless them, they got picked up by Marco's team, and now they're touring all over the world every weekend. And I wouldn't say it's hating, but it's just I'm not. It's not relatable anymore for me. It's just like, bro, you're so big time. You guys, all your pictures of you guys on the jets. It's like, it's not. It's not. They don't have that flame for me anymore. Not that I'm hating. God bless them. That's amazing that they have the opportunity and that chance. It's so amazing. But I think it's good. I just don't. These big artists, I'm not. It's not relatable for me. And maybe that just might be my feelings on it as another creator, as another artist. Maybe the average person doesn't even think of it like that. But yeah, I think my content is pretty relatable for people. Um, and I think even if I do get to that point, um, to where I'm touring every damn weekend, which again, my goals, I don't want to tour every weekend. A perfect world for me, I play like, let's say, okay, there's 4 weekends in a week, right? In a month. So let's just say you do 2 shows a weekend. That's 8 shows, right? In a month, which seems cool, right? If they're all in one location, one country, but they're not. So a goal of mine is this is long term. Get to a point where instead of doing 8 shows and making this number of money, I could do 3 or 4 and make that same amount of money, right? Maybe just leave for 2 weekends and make that money. I live a pretty humble life. I don't like really expensive things, cars, you know, watches, super expensive designer stuff, even though you may be seeing me wearing some of that stuff, but I have the plug in on that stuff, FYI. Side note. So my lifestyle, as long as I could, bro, eat wherever I want and live wherever I want, for me, I'm rich. So I think my quality of life outweighs any bag I could bring in. So I don't know what I'm ranting off, but that's the end of this track breakdown. This is how we got this track to 2 million plus streams. Super simple. In the comments, let me know if I should do another one. I have a lot of tracks I can show you. Obviously, you guys may not know them as much as you know this one, but still some good knowledge in there. So, all right.